Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 9 on the Nintendo Switch. That's right, not Asphalt Legends Unite. We still have Asphalt 9 and that's what I'll be playing. And in fact, I'm gonna be doing multiplayer with a couple of cars. First, I'm gonna try with the Koenigsegg Agera RS because that is a car that I very rarely drive, and not too long ago I spent some tokens into taking it to 5 stars and I don't know how to drive it, so might as well try it a little bit. But the reality is that the intention on this video is more a rant than anything else. And I apologize in advance for what is going to be a massively embarrassing display of skill issue with this type of cars, because I just don't have enough experience driving these really fast cars in this game. So yeah, this is going to go bad. So let's just pretend that the idea is to laugh about my terrible driving over here. But what is my rant about? You might be thinking, is DBT going to be ranting about Asphalt Legends Unite and the progression and the... No. It's not about that. It is about Asphalt Legends Unite, but it's about the fact that I can't seem to be able to record it or stream it at the moment. Now, you've already seen a bunch of videos in my channel with Asphalt Legends Unite where I was playing it. I've streamed it a bunch of times, so you might be thinking, DBT, what are you talking about? You have been doing that just fine. Well, yes, but that was before the last patch, apparently. Just by the time that I'm recording this video that you're watching right now, just yesterday, I tried to do my Sunday, Saturday, Friday multiplayer session that is playing with you guys that are watching and whatnot. So that is something that I do in Asphalt 8 every week, and I've been looking to do that for Asphalt 9, or excuse me, Asphalt Legends Unite as well. And we did it last week, and it was great and all of that stuff. We tried it just yesterday, and it went absolutely horrendous because the game could not stop crashing. Holy mother. I play on Windows. I was using the the Steam version of the game. Alright, I'm not doing too terrible. I don't know what beat me, but hey, at least I didn't end up dead last against a bunch of Class A cars, though I think this track does help a little bit for this. What just beat me? Oh, it was a speed tail. Alright, at least it was Class A, so I'll take it. It's just that it's not too unheard of for me to even be driving a car like this and still losing to all of the Class A cars. But anyway. So yeah, I've been able to record it and stream it before. But yesterday, the game would not stop crashing. I was doing my event with the rumors over there, playing together and whatnot. And in, I don't know, 15 minutes of stream, it probably crashed like 6 times. And that is even considering that there was a lot of dead time between the races while organizing and whatever. The point is that it was crashing like crazy, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. It got so bad that it frustrated me to the point that I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. So I just straight up canceled the stream because it was basically undoable. Every other race I would get a crash, and even though we were playing in a mode where, you know, there is no progression to be had, you know, we were playing MP2, where, you know, there's no ranking up, no ranking down or anything, it was still incredibly frustrating. Now imagine if I wanted to do that in a competitive environment, that would be absolutely terrible. Now that was yesterday, and today, as I'm recording this, I just spent well about an hour, like an hour and a half, trying to figure out how to get the game working again for me to be able to at least record it, but I still can't. Not too long ago I made a video on the, what was it? It was my first video of podium counts. Oh yeah, on the classic, what is that thing called? Can't think of the name. KTM. There we go. I'm like, is it the Praga? It's not the Praga. It's the other racing car in class. The KTM Crossbow. I did a video on that, and the game did crash on me. In fact, I ended up jokingly adding a crash counter, and I thought it was just a weird situation for that one video, and I thought it had to do with me all tabbing out of the game and whatnot. But no, now trying to record a video for today, you know, not this one, but my previous attempts today, I discovered that the game was crashing for absolutely no reason. And it was crashing like at least every other race, if not literally every race. I tried a bunch of things. I will continue trying investigating, but for now I needed to record something, otherwise this video would not be published today. And you know that I like posting every single day, so at least there's something to watch, even if it's me struggling with a car that I don't know how to drive. But yeah, I wanted to rant a little bit about it. And what is the difference? Why am I having this issue and I didn't have it before? Well, it seems that it has to do with the latest update that was released for Asphalt Legends Unite on just about everywhere, right? I think just about any platform, just about every platform got an update. And yeah, ever since that last update that happened, you know, during the weekend, or maybe Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know when it was released. Oh, I didn't see what I was racing against. I want to believe that what beat me was another Class S. Yeah, sure. I think that was the trigger for these issues. That update that supposedly was aiming to improve performance with NVIDIA cards or something. I don't quite remember what it said. But yeah, now, since then, I've been having these issues, and this is getting increasingly frustrating. So yeah, I wasn't able to record what I wanted today, and that kind of sucks, because I was... Alright, here's a bit of a spoiler of what the video was going to be about. I was doing another podium count video, specifically with my all-time favorite car, the Lamborghini Veneno, at... I think I have it at 4 stars, but very weirdly upgraded. So I was going to do that, but guess what? I couldn't, because the game continued crashing on me. So, oh man, it was... See, I'm still frustrated by it. So I really don't know what I'm going to do at this point. I'm going to continue looking into what else I can do in order to try to record the game. But at the moment, I seem to be stuck where I either don't record the game, or I record the game with a ton of crashes and just have to live with it. Fortunately, at the moment, I have a ton of fuel for the cars because of whatever, an issue, a bug that occurred at the release of Asphalt Legends Unite, where upon getting the quote-unquote Legend Pass, they gave much more fuel than they intended. It's fine. So, thanks to that, I have quite a bit of fuel, but still, if the game is going to be crashing, for example, even with my Veneno, I have 12 fuel. How do I have 12 fuel? Well, whatever. But even that, if the game is going to be crashing on me every other race, that's going to be 6 races that I'll be able to do. The other 6 races will be crashes. So you see why I said that it's very frustrating, especially thanks to the fuel system in the game. Oh man, it's just ridiculous. So at the moment, I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh god! I rung out. Beautiful. Well done to the team. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get it working. I've tried doing a bunch of different things in OBS to record it. I don't know, I'll have to look. And by the way, this issue is for recording. How did I knock someone down? What just happened? It said that I knocked someone down, but how? I wasn't even... Oh, did I crash with someone that was... I thought I hit a parked vehicle, but I guess that was a player. Anyways, please tell me that was the Sheeran that beat me. Please tell me that was the Sheeran that beat me, because that went terrible. Yeah, it was the Sheeran. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. Look, it is higher ranked, so it's a better car, sure. This issue with the crashes in ALU, it's exclusive to recording or streaming. When I'm playing the game, it works fine for the most part. Yeah, from time to time I still get a crash here and there, but really this constant crashing is happening specifically when I'm recording. So there's gotta be some problems between the Vulkan API in I don't know if it's the NVIDIA drivers or the hardware of the NVIDIA card. I have no idea. I have no idea what's causing this issue, but there's an issue now. So yeah, unfortunately, I am kind of stuck in that sense, and that's what, like, you know what, I need to record something, and I'm just gonna do a video where I rant a little bit about it, and I get to play with a car that I never play normally, because I don't know how to drive it. Okay, now there's a Jesco, okay, and a Venom. Ooh, the Venom is not very upgraded, but still. Those type of cars, even if they're not very upgraded, they're still ridiculously fast, so yeah. If they know how to drive it, they can absolutely destroy me. So yeah, that is the situation. So, especially today, I did not have unlimited time to record a video and keep on trying, or record a video that is going to take me 3 times as long because the game continues crashing or anything. So even with this crash issue, I might still be able to record some videos on Asphalt Legends Unite, where the game is going to be crashing often, but if I have enough time to record and all of that, it should be relatively alright. I'm just not going to be able to do this series that I like doing, the How Far Can It Take Me, or the newer one, Podium Count, because, well, with the limited fuel and constant crashing, that just doesn't work out. What is that thing? That's got to be the Jesco, right? If it's the Venom that just got so far ahead of everybody, it'll show, or rather it'll prove what I just said earlier, that even at even without it being fully upgraded, someone that knows how to drive a thing like that can still do really good stuff with it. But we'll see. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I will continue investigating and trying to find out how can I get the game, you know, recorded. And I don't know, maybe this will push me to it will push me to do at some point, hopefully soonish, what I've been meaning to do for the longest time, and that is to have a 2-computer setup to record and stream games. Because doing it through one computer, oh man, the problem. It was the Yes. Okay, fair, but the Hennessy Venom still finished in third. I mean, that's understandable. It's still probably still so much faster than the LaFerrari, the Huayra, and the other LaFerrari. So I guess that makes sense. So, oh man, I'm telling you, I'm just frustrated. Seriously, if you're curious, you can watch. I'll put it on the description of this video that you're watching right now. If you're curious to watch the stream that I tried yesterday, it's a VOD of like 50 minutes, maybe a little less. I'm not sure, but man, it's so frustrating, so unbelievably frustrating. Like I said, I ended up just rage quitting the entire stream because I just couldn't deal with it. I was just so frustrated by it. Listen, not very often I get angry about stuff, but this thing made me angry. I hate this level of unreliability. And like I said, it's, I don't know, definitely something that started since the last update to the game. But, well, I hope enough people are also having the same issue to report it. And, you know, maybe GameLoft can look into it, because they must have done something between the last and the current updates, or the previous and the current, that created this issue for me. And honestly, I'm really curious to know if anybody else that records the game on Windows is having the same issue that I am. I don't know. It's so frustrating. The problem with this type of things, I don't think I'm gonna do great in this track, by the way. The problem with this type of things is that computers, unlike gaming consoles, are so varied. There's some literal infinite combinations. Everything is class A in this race, isn't it? If I don't win this race, I'm gonna feel so ashamed. Because this is a 5-star car, by the way, so it's not like it's a 1-star car and, oh well, it's not there just yet for the performance and all that. Listen, man, this is terrible. There's so many configurations of a computer, like, oh, but which RAM do you have installed? Which is specific? Okay, you have an RTX this and whatever GPU, but is it for which specific sub-brand it is and whatever? There's so many combinations that's why it's usually super difficult to figure out exactly what the problem is. It's like, yeah, there might be 15 different reasons why 15 different peoples are having the same issue, you know? So, oh, that is, listen, as advantageous as it is to play in PC, it also has some issues like this, where your issue might be just incredibly unique to you because of your specific configuration of the system. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Again, I do hope that I'm able to figure something out. Oh, I'm gonna get a first place. All right. All right, that makes me a little bit happy. I'm telling you, I just don't know how to drive these cars, all right? Listen, you're free to judge me, but I really just don't know how to drive these things. Yeah, everything was class A, so no huge surprise there. At least I'm gonna get some points. Yes. Look at that. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I'm just I need to focus all of my effort into going full Zen mode. Oh, by the way, I've always wanted to count how long it takes from the moment I press play to the moment I get the cars displayed. I was talking about this. I think it was on Discord, in the official Asphalt Legends Unite Discord, on how this is one thing that I dislike so much. Not dislike, it's just, well, yeah, I guess I do dislike it. A problem that the Switch version has, and that is the time that it takes for the game to load the garage so that you can select a car to start doing something. I think for example, in my phone, I don't see this issue. In my computer, I don't see this issue, like when I'm playing again the Steam version of the game. Because these systems have crazy amounts of resources, right? I think that, well, my computer has, I don't know, like 48 gigs of RAM, so that's not a problem. But a phone, nowadays, a mid-range current phone, it's what, like 6-8 gigs of RAM? But the Nintendo Switch, if I remember correctly, only has 4 gigs of, whoa, good. Intended, that's exactly what I wanted to happen. I believe the Switch only has 4 gigs of RAM. And I don't know if that is why we have this issue, that it takes way longer to load into it, or I have no idea. I really don't have any idea why it is. But on the Switch, it takes a considerable amount of time every time that you click on play and for the garage to load in. And that is one thing that does bother me. That is actually in the last video that I made on this version of the game, I talked about how we didn't have MP2, and I said that I hope that they weren't gonna do Credit Rush again. Guess what they did? Credit Rush again. But I said that I didn't want that because those races are very short. They're like 30-second races. And then on top of that, there's not a lot of playing time. And then there's all of the loading time for the map itself. And then there's all of the loading time for the garage to load. It's a lot of loading time. In fact, for this video that I'm doing, because I'm just ranting, I am not cutting a lot of the loading. So you can see that there hasn't been a lot of races, and yet we spent a bunch of time because of how long all of this takes to load in. So, all right, let's see. So let's do it. All right, I'm counting right now the time that it takes. About 7 seconds to load in. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but imagine that for every single, excuse me, every single race that you get into, it's 7 seconds every time. Again, it doesn't sound like a lot. I get that, but in practice, it feels like a lot when you've been doing a bunch of races. And when your race is 30 seconds, and it took 30 seconds to load in, and 10 seconds to load out of the race, and then you get into the menu and you click and play, and that's 7 seconds again to load into the garage, you select your cars, another 30 seconds to load into the race, and then 30 seconds worth of a race. You see why it starts getting annoying? So yeah, that is one of those things that it's kind of annoying, and I do hope that once the Nintendo Switch 2 comes, this will perform better. And again, I understand that this just has to do with the limited resources and the hardware of the Nintendo Switch, but to be fair, I still question why does the game need to load all of the car models into memory when they literally just display the cars to you as a little image. You know what I'm saying? When you enter the garage, it shows you all of the cars that you own, but it's a picture of the car. Why does it need to load? Or does it even... Is it that it's loading the 3D models on the background? That's why it takes a while? I would imagine so, because I don't see how loading just the pictures of the cars can take 7 seconds. It doesn't make any sense. So, I don't know. Just one of those things that do bother me. Oh, the other guy quit, huh? Now I'm dead last. Whoa. Now, in theory, I should have gotten somewhat of a decent result over here because this is a very much top-speed-oriented track, and I'm driving very much a top-speed-oriented car, but I did pretty bad, so there is that. Yeah, little by little. Someday I might be able to, or might get used to driving these top-speed cars. I also have the Koenigsegg G-Squad 4 stars. And just like this one, I just don't know how to drive. Maybe I should drive that thing a little bit in this video as well, right? I did say that I was gonna drive at least a couple of cars, and so far I've only driven one. So let's bring the other one to the party because yes. And oh, and I ran out of fuel for that. Okay, no, that's lower, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. That's my 4-star Jesco. Let's drive it and see what I can do with it. I did say that I was gonna make a video on the list of reasons why I loved past tense, I guess, the Switch version of the game. I will still make that video, but I just didn't have the time and brain power to do it today, because again, as you can see, I'm in a different state of mind. Sorry if this video is more of a downer than anything else, but you know, stuff happens, and stuff happened today, and how's there, you know, so it's all good. Don't worry too much. I'll see what I can do to continue recording Asphalt Legends Unite. I don't know. I have to figure out a way to do it. It's kind of funny because I had the same problem with Doom Eternal, first-person shooter game that I played for. I was doing some videos for it on my other channel, and I started getting a bunch of issues precisely because of the Vulkan API. If you don't know what the Vulkan API, you probably heard it mentioned. If you watch my video on the patch notes, or if you read the patch notes yourself, or you've heard people talking about it, there's this thing called the Vulkan API, which is what Asphalt Legends Unite now uses, and that is why support for a bunch of devices was dropped, because those devices don't support the Vulkan API. Now, I am not a pro at any of these things, so it's not like I can properly describe what it is, but the simplest way that I found to describe what the Vulkan API is, it's how the game communicates with the GPU. The GPU being the graphics processing unit. All right, I got defeated by the Venom, but I did beat a Corvette Grand Sport, so That's gotta count for something, right? So basically, for example, in I suppose in Android it was like this. I don't know, but at least on Windows, generally speaking, the game has to request resources from your graphics card, and there's a middleman, in this case being the operating system. So it kind of works like the game is like, hey, I need this much VRAM, and the operating system Windows is like, okay, I'll tell the GPU, and then Windows tells the GPU sends it back. I mean, I'm giving you a very strange example because that's not really how it works, but it's just trying to give you the idea of the middleman, right? So then the GPU communicates back to the operating system, and the operating system sends the resources to the game, something like that. The Vulkan API, what it does is completely forgets about the operating system, ignores Windows, and now the game is like, hey, I need this much VRAM. And then the GPU is like, okay, here you go. And the game is like, okay, there we go. And that's it, no middleman. That's kind of what the Vulkan API is. Obviously, I give you a very dumb example, but that's kind of the idea behind it. So that in theory increases the performance, but at the same time, it makes the games more, I don't know the word is unstable, or I don't know. You just see a lot of some games that started doing Vulkan stuff being much less stable, precisely because now it was on the game developers to do all of that requesting of resources to the GPU as opposed of letting the operating system to do it. So anyway, again, this is a bad explanation, but I think it helps illustrate a little bit what the point of that thing is. So Doom Eternal had the same situation, and I started having basically the same issues, that because of the Vulkan stuff, now I was having so many more issues with stability. Now, overall, in the big scheme of things, it's a good thing to have Vulkan because, again, it makes things to perform better overall. Now, I imagine all of the mobile players are looking at me right now being like, really? You think that was improving performance with this horrible performance that we have right now? But, again, growing pains, I suppose. But, yeah, in theory, it's a good thing, but, man, right now, I'm paying the price of the instability of the game and me not being able to record it. But oh well, just wanted to make a bit of a video, at least showing something in the channel, doing a little bit of gaming over here with Class S cars that I don't know how to drive. Now you know why I don't care too much about this type of cars, because I don't have the skill level. I mean, I suppose if I practice a lot, I could get better at it, but man, I'm just terrible at this. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do, hit the like button, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!